Hey, I want to take a moment today to do a little impromptu video. I guess I'm going to preempt my regularly scheduled video today. I want to talk about Donald Trump and some of the things he's said recently. Now, before I go any further, I want to say this is not going to be a video bashing Donald Trump, but it's also not going to be a video, in support of Donald Trump. I'm not a big Donald Trump fan. Now, to oppose that, I despise Hillary Clinton. So if you put not a fan on one side and despise on the other, I think you can figure out which one I like better. And I've kind of come to believe his whole "what do you got to lose" speech that he's been giving people, because, at this point, I'm like, what do we got to lose? I know a lot of people are like, oh, if he gets in there, he's going to start a nuclear war. I don't believe that for a second, because if you don't think that they'd have like some general or some Secret Service guy that was specifically tasked with, hey, if Trump looks like he's going to push the button for no reason whatsoever, put a bullet in the back of his head. That would definitely be the case. I don't think he's going to be starting any nuclear wars. So the main issues I worry about with Donald Trump are things like gun control, the Supreme Court, things like that, things that everybody's worried about. And that's the reasons that I hate Hillary Clinton, because I think she's just going to give more and more stuff to Wall Street, less and less stuff to the American worker. She's going to sign the free trade agreements. She's all about that free trade agreement. She always keeps saying now, oh, I don't support it the way it's written, which means she wants a different type font. So, I don't like Hillary Clinton, and I don't want her to win. And I firmly believe if Donald Trump had stuck to the messages he's sticking to now about how one of the major things we need to do in this country is start making it as expensive for manufacturers to produce goods overseas and then sell them here as it is to make them here and sell them here. Tax them, put tariffs on their work. Do not give them tax incentives for leaving the country. Don't make it to where they can make far bigger profits by leaving the country. Make it to where if they want to have a successful business and make good money and employ American workers, that's the best way to succeed in this country. We can't lower our standards to meet China and Mexico, or else we'd become a third world country. We have to somehow put them on equal footing with us, not the other way around. And that's what he's been saying lately. And if he had stuck to that from the beginning, I think he'd be beating Hillary Clinton really bad right now. But right now, I want to talk about Donald Trump and some of the things he said lately that have given me some concern. He has said repeatedly in his speech, as he's trying to appeal to African American and Hispanic voters, that they have a right to walk down the streets of their city without getting shot, or they have a right to walk out the front door of their house without getting shot, that they have more of a chance of getting shot while walking around in their cities than they would if they were in some war-torn city over in the Middle East, which isn't true at all. But he's been saying this stuff, and it's been, you're going to get shot. You have a right to not get shot. And he's stressing that. So what I want to know is, what are you meaning by that, Donald Trump? Because it sounds a lot to me like this is getting very close to the stuff that the anti-gunners say. How everyone has a right to not be shot, so we got to do something about guns. So you're getting in some risky territory here, if you ask me. Because in the past, Donald Trump has said some really anti-gun things. We all know that, it's on the record, but supposedly he's changed his opinion. But this makes it look like he hasn't changed his opinion too much, that he's willing to go back to his old stances if he needs to get support from minority communities. Now, right now, there are a lot of people voting for Donald Trump for a lot of reasons, but there's a lot of them voting for him for one main reason, and that's because they think he's pro-Constitution and that he will appoint pro-constitutional judges to the Supreme Court. And part of being pro-Constitution, the main part of that for a lot of people, is that he's pro-Second Amendment. These comments don't sound very pro-Second Amendment. So I don't want to jump to any conclusions, and I don't want to say anything damning, but I do think Donald Trump owes the people that have supported him from the very beginning an explanation. Instead of trying to win over new voters with this broad rhetoric, be more specific. Let us know what you're talking about. Speak to the true issues that the Black and Hispanic communities face. Don't just stress the whole "you're going to get shot" thing. Talk about opportunity, jobs, social services, programs like that, and how you're actually going to help them. Don't just demonize guns. I think you owe that to the people that have been following you from the very beginning. So I'm hoping over the next few days, we'll see a little bit more of a clarification from Donald Trump on what he really means when he's catering to the Black and Hispanic community.